Congresswoman Jervil Luistro. Congresswoman, magandang morning! Si Ka Jerry at si Ka Tunying po ito.
Good morning, Sherry and Donying. Thank you for having me here again.
Apo.
Marami hong nakakapansin tuwing ma-interview kayo, yung backdrop nyo na yung kortina, ano ho? Ba't ba? Parang mukhang favorite niya yung kortina na yan.
Ito yung part ng bahay namin na medyo tahimik, no?
Kaya
Walang
pala.
masyadong dumadaan. Kaya most of the time, either nandito ako o nasa sasakyan. Yun yung background ng interview ko.
Yung pa pala isa. Sabi ko, hawak-hawak niyo yung cellphone niyo nun, ano? Kapag kayo ay
Nasa sasakyan.
naka-zoom na nakasasakyan.
O hindi naman, may holder naman. Mahirap yun.
Anyway po, Congresswoman, malaki ang sabihin nating pressure din sa parte ng House dahil may nauna na kayo na desisyonan yung impeachment laban sa Pangulo, while those were sufficient in form pero insufficient in substance.
Dadaan pa sa
Plenary.
Oh.
Pero ano po ba tsansa na yun ay mare-reverse pa?
Well, Katunying, ayoko namang i-preempt, no, kung anong mangyayari sa plenary. But, of course, nakita natin yung boto sa Justice Committee. It's almost super majority. Yung bumoto to declare the two impeachment complaints insufficient in substance, no? So, at least we can use this as a parameter kung anong pwedeng mangyari sa plenary. But nonetheless, I do not want to preempt, no? We cannot really tell about the possible individual judgments of the non-members. Yung members kasi ng Justice Committee were only 39. The ex officio is 15. And I think we are more than 315 for the total members of the House. It's hard to tell really kung anong magiging judgment ng mga non-members ng Justice Committee. And as far as our committee report is concerned.
Kailan po ito, ma'am, isasalang sa plenary?
I'm not sure, but today at 10 o'clock, we'll be having the continuation ng hearing ng Justice Committee. Isusulat na namin yung committee report and we will be preparing also our resolution. And we will be voting on the committee report and on the resolution doon sa Justice Committee. No? After nun, we'll be transmitting it to the plenary. I don't know when the same will be included in the order of business. Pwedeng today, pwedeng tomorrow, pwedeng on Wednesday. It will be the judgment of the Committee on Rules.
Hindi pa pala kayo tapos, hindi pa pala talagang naipapasa sa plenary. Pero nag-aabot no? President, tapos eto na, andyan na yung sumusunod na yung kay Vice President Sara. At mukhang first time yata ito. Tama ba, Congresswoman, na first time na nagkakasabay na ang presidente at vice presidente ng Pilipinas parehong pinapa-impeach. Tama ho ba? First time ho ba ito?
I believe so, Jerry. No, sabi ko nga, unprecedented to. Historical. Sapagkat for the very first time, no, sabay na mayroong impeachment process laban sa Pangulo ng ating bansa and at the same time, laban sa pangalawang Pangulo ng ating bansa.
Ngayon pa lang, bagamat hindi pa umaabot at hindi pa ninyo nadi-deliberate sa Justice Committee, nagsalita na kaagad si VP Sara na walang basihan at walang kalakip na ebidensya yung reklamo sa kanya. Ito ba'y talagang sa rules na pinaiiral nyo ngayon, kailangan ho ba talaga nakalakip na talaga lahat ng mga ebidensyang dun sa information dun sa impeachment complaint?
You will remember yung decision ng Supreme Court. Yan yung isa sa mga pronouncements na dapat ang evidence naka-attach na
Okay.
sa impeachment complaint, no? So as far as I am concerned, as Justice Chairperson, I am inclined to believe na dapat i-observe na namin yan because those decisions are very specific when it comes to impeachment process.
Requirement na. Requirement na yan yung kaibahan nung dati eh.
Oo. Pero hindi ho ba kailangan gumawa ng bukod o mas malinaw na rules on impeachment ang House adopting the Supreme Court resolution para mas malinaw, Congresswoman?
Tama ka doon ka, Jerry, no? Para sa mas malinaw na direksyon ng House of Representatives, dapat pag-aralan at tingnan yung pangangailangan upang i-update ang rules on impeachment ng House of Representatives. But however, until now, wala pang official position ang Committee on Rules. Although I understand pinag-uusapan nila ito. And the proper committee to address that pagdating sa rules is not the Justice Committee, but the Committee on Rules, no? Kaya ang sabi ko, ako as Justice Chair, I am really inclined to observe already yung lahat ng naging pronouncement ng Supreme Court because I want to exercise the necessary caution after what happened to our first impeachment complaint, no? Again, this is our duty to the Filipino people. And considering na may resolution ng Supreme Court, meron pang naonang decision, we cannot claim na hindi namin to alam. And we have to acknowledge that the final arbiter, pagdating sa implementation at interpretation of the laws whenever there are controversies, no?
Supreme Court,
the final arbiter is the Honorable Supreme Court, regardless of the opinions of all the legal luminaries.
Oo nga eh.
Ang tatayo pa rin as part of the Philippine law and jurisprudence will always be the decision of the Supreme Court.
Totoo po yan. Medyo peculiar lang yung sitwasyon pala ng Committee on Rules, ano? Sapagkat ang chairman ng Committee on Rules ng House anak ng Pangulo. Yung majority leader who had pronounced earlier na hindi siya makikisali dito po sa impeachment na ito. Yung po bang hindi niya pagsali sa impeachment, was he only referring to the impeachment complaint against his father o pati dito kay VP Sara?
So far, yung pagka-recuse niya to participate in all deliberation of the rules and even in the deliberation of the Justice Committee pertains to the impeachment against the president, no? That's what I remember, no? We do not want to preempt what will be the decision of our majority leader pagdating naman sa impeachment against the Vice President.
Ano po yung status ba ng impeachment complaint laban kay VP Sara? Na-refer na po ba ito sa committee ninyo?
Not yet, Katonying, no? Based on report, nakita ko lang over the weekend or last Friday, transmitted already by the Office of the Secretary General yung dalawang impeachment complaint against the Vice President to the Office of the Speaker. After that, wala pa akong ibang nakita. I will check when I go back to the House of Representatives today.
So hindi ninyo alam kung totoo itong sinasabi ni VP Sara na yung mga information o yung complaint sa kanya ay hindi kasama, walang kalakip na ebidensya.
I have not seen, Jerry, the only occasion na makikita namin ito ay kapag na-refer na sa Justice Committee, no? So let us remind the Filipino people from Speaker, we have 10 days going to the plenary, and then from plenary, that's session days. From plenary, we have 3 days going to the Justice Committee. And rest assured, sa atin pong beloved countrymen, kung paano po natin mabilis na dininig, pinag-aralan, nirepaso ang impeachment complaint laban sa Pangulo, we will be observing the same parameter, the same deliberation pagdating po sa impeachment complaints laban sa ating pangalawang Pangulo.
So hindi niyo pa pwedeng sabihin if we are referring to the same complaint na i-file a year ago, tapos yung i-file ngayon mukhang wala rin naman halos pagkakaiba, pwede niyo ba sabihin na yung impeachment complaint versus VP Sara is sufficient in form and in substance?
It's hard to say, Katunying, until we have seen the physical copy of the impeachment complaint with its attachments, of course.
So, ang kumpatsero, bago lang malimutan, ito kung lang hypothetical, assuming na sufficient in form and in substance, kailangan ba o ipapatawag niyo ba si VP Sara sa Committee on Justice to defend herself?
Alright, Katunying, for clarity, no? Assuming, hypothetically, sufficient in form and substance, that is step 1 and step 2. Our step 3, we will be issuing a notice to the impeachable official to file an answer. That is within the period of 10 days, no? 10 calendar days. From the answer, pwede pang mag-file si complainant ng reply within a period of 3 days. And then from reply, pwede pa rin mag-file si respondent ng rejoinder, likewise within the period of 3 days. We call that responsive pleadings.
Responsive
Kaya
pleadings.
responsive, nagsasagutan sila,
Nagsasagutan,
di ba?
yeah.
Complaint, answer, reply, rejoinder. And then, along with that, they can also start submitting all their evidence, no? Submission pa lang yon, wala pa tayo sa reception. Kasi pag sinabi natin reception, you have to present and to offer na, no? It's not yet reception. Submission pa lang. And then of course, meron diyang mga affidavit and counter affidavit. They need to be sworn dito sa Justice Committee, before the Justice Committee. In other words, Jerry Katunying, lahat papel ang aandar sa step 3, no? And then after we complete all these responsive pleadings and evidence, we will determine whether or not there's sufficient basis for impeachment, no? If the answer is yes, we go to step 4. Step 4 is we start inviting the parties, the complainant, the witnesses, including the respondent who is the impeachable official, no? Tinanong na ako noon about the president. Paano kung hindi dumating? This is actually the prerogative of the impeachable official, whether to come or not to come. Kasi yung kanyang presence during the hearing proper, that is part of due process, no? If she doesn't come, the only interpretation is she is waiving her right
yes,
to be present during the hearing, no? After that, step 4, pagtapos na lahat ng hearing, we go to step 5. That is the last step. We determine whether or not there is probable cause that support the impeachment complaint, no? That should be a decision of majority of all the members of the Justice Committee. Unlike the decisions from step 1 to 4, simple majority lang. Majority of present, so long as there is a quorum. Pagdating dito sa step 5, iba to. Majority of all members.
All
no?
members. So, pero,
Yeah, so if we are 39,
Plus ex
it
officio.
should be 20. Plus ex officio,
officio,
depende kung ilan ang dadating. Sabihin na natin dadating lahat yung 15. 39 plus 15, divide by 2 plus 1.
So 28, kailangan 28 votes. 28 votes.
Or
28
something
votes.
like that. Okay? So whatever decision the Justice Committee will be coming up, itra-transmit natin yon by way of committee report to the plenary. And then that committee report is again subject to the decision of all the members of the House, at least one-third of
One-third.
all the members of the House. Kapag ang laman ng committee report ay walang probable cause, meaning dismissal, inapprove ng at least one-third of all the members of the House, then that is final dismissal of the impeachment complaint. Paano kung mabaligtad?
Kung i-reverse sa
Ang
plenary.
laman ng- Correct. Ang laman ng committee report, ha, walang probable cause.
Oo.
Pero biglang ang naging motion sa plenary to disapprove the committee report.
Pwede yun.
At yung disapproval na yon binotohan ng at least 1/3 of all the members of the House. That is tantamount to reversal.
Reversal,
No?
and
Ibig
then,
sabihin, ang naging decision ng plenary is with
Impeach.
probable cause.
meaning, yung impeachable official is deemed impeached if there is a reversal.
And in
Opo.
that case, correct? In that case, ibabalik ulit sa amin for us to prepare the necessary articles of impeachment, no?
Opo.
Tapos, babalik ulit sa plenary for approval. And once approved, that will warrant transmittal na to the Senate.
Yan ho yung kumpletong proseso
Kompleto.
ng impeachment, yung dumadaan talaga sa
Yung
Justice
step
Committee,
by step.
by step. Pero meron silang sinasabing fast track congresswoman merong parang express lane yata.
Express lane,
Yun ho ba under the new rules,
Yung based on the Supreme Court decision na lang.
under the Supreme Court decision, nare-recognize ba yung fast track option na yon?
Well, under the Supreme Court decision, the express lane na mode is still recognized, no? Hindi naman siya ipinagbawal ng Supreme Court. Even under the original decision of July 25, 2025, or under the resolution of January 28, 2026, hindi ipinagbawal. As a matter of fact, binigyan pa tayo ng dalawang options. However, may mga requirements, no? And those requirements do not exist in our prior practice. Ano yung requirements, no? Ang requirements, number 1, dapat naka-attach yung evidence.
Ayan.
The evidence should be sufficient to support the impeachment complaint. Number 2, during the approval in the plenary, dapat yung physical copy of both the impeachment complaint and the evidence should be given to the individual members of the House of Representatives, no? Meron ding binanggit sa decision that the members of the House should be given ample time to evaluate a study for them to be able to come up with their judgment, no? And number 4, may binanggit din that notice should be given to the respondent. And she should be given time to file her answer, no? Itong 4 na ito, at least, do not appear in our prior rules. Lumabas lang ito dun sa decision of July 25, 2025. Again, ang tenor ng Supreme Court as part of due process. Although if you will be asking, nandun ba yan sa Constitution? Nandun ba yan sa rules? Wala. They do not exist, no? But by interpretation of the Supreme Court of the Due Process Clause, this should be observed as well, no? So ano naman yung 2 options? Sabi ni Supreme Court, ng Honorable Supreme Court, pwedeng diretso pa rin sa Senate upon at least 1/3 vote. However, i-observe yung lahat ng due process requirements na yon. May evidence, nabigyan ng ample time to study, binigyan ng notice ang respondent, pinasagot. Pag na-comply mo yon, pwedeng diretso ka na sa Senate, no?
So wala na, hindi na po pala pwedeng mangyari yung katulad nung ginawa ng noon ay Speaker Manny Villar na habang pagkatapos ng prayer pumukpok na at sinabi na meron ng impeachment articles laban kay dating Presidente Joseph Estrada. Hindi na pwede yun?
That cannot happen anymore because of the decision of the Supreme Court, no? Kasi doon sa decision ng Supreme Court, again, this is July 25, 2025, nagkaroon na ng requirements. Even the second mode, yung sinasabi natin, na express lane, supported by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House. As a matter of fact, the way I see it, lahat ng natapos na impeachment at nakarating sa Senate in the past is via 1/3 mode.
Yes,
no?
That's
And
right.
during that time, wala pa itong requirements ng evidence, wala pa itong notice and answer ng respondent. Oo, it happened only during the impeachment complaint against the Vice President.
Nabago talaga, ano,
Yung
halos talaga na parang overhaul ng rules
So
ito.
yung palang express lane matraffic, ano?
Matraffic
Matraffic pa din.
Hindi na siya express
Hindi
lane.
na express eh.
Oo.
Teka ho muna, ma'am,
Correct.
Congresswoman, malinaw na ba yung calendar dates, yung session days? Calendar days o ano na ba? Nagkasundo na ba ang House?
Jerry.
Apo.
Yeah. Bago ko puntahan yung calendar days, tapusin natin
Sige,
yung
sige.
tungkol sa 1/3, ha?
Sige.
Dalawa yung options natin about filing via 1/3. Pwedeng upon compliance, diretsong Senate. Pwede rin, sabi ng Supreme Court, they are suggestive. Idaan nyo sa Justice Committee to make sure na makomply yung requirement ng evidence, requirement ng handing of physical copy, and in recognition of the prerogative of the Justice Committee, should there be need to consolidate 2 or more impeachment complaints, no? So I just want to make clear, hindi po ipinagbawal ng Supreme Court.
Hindi ba? Tuloy pa
Bagaman
rin.
nagdagdag ng requirements,
Oo.
and as a matter of fact, dalawang options na iniiwan sa atin. Pwedeng diretsyon Senate, pwedeng dumaan ng Justice Committee.
Yung,
Although, I wish to share my opinion on this, no? I think mas feasible yung dumaan sa Justice Committee. Why? Kung hindi mo siya idadaan sa Justice Committee, who will issue the notice?
That's right.
Who will receive the answer? Who will take care of the assessment of the evidence, whether it is sufficient? And who will ensure that the physical copies were distributed to the individual members? I don't know. If not the Justice Committee, kung hindi mo idadaan sa Justice Committee, is the Committee on Rules allowed to do that? If not the Committee on Rules,
Gumulo
can
eh.
the plenary in its entirety do these formalities? Parang ang hirap, di ba?
Mahirap po.
So-
Saka kung po, maganda rin yun para you also adhere to the new rules ng DOJ, parang DOJ na there should be a reasonable certainty of conviction.
Hindi lang probable cause.
Para
Dahil
dadaan na talaga siya.
parang piskalya na talaga yung yung Justice
Hindi,
Committee.
alam niyo, para tayo
Alam niyo,
nakalibre ng
magandang-
lecture dito, ha.
Oo.
Nakalibre tayo ng lecture sa about impeachment, ha. Huwag niyo kami sisingilin.
Katunying, magandang idagdag yan, ano? Tama na i-compare yung ating proseso sa House sa proceedings before the Department of Justice. No? That is perfect analogy. Ang nangyayari po sa House of Representatives, to be specific, sa Justice Committee, is merely a preliminary investigation. That is by analogy.
Yes.
No? Yung trial, dun po yun mangyayari sa Senado. No? Pero for clarity din, sa Justice Committee po sa House, hanggang probable cause lang tayo. Bagaman sa DOJ, tama si Katunying, tama si Jerry, tinaas na nila. Reasonable certainty of conviction equivalent to prima facie evidence.
Okay. So, linawin lang natin, Congresswoman Luistro, dahil hindi pa ninyo natanggap yung complaint, hindi pa na-refer sa Justice Committee, kung meron pang gustong mag-file, pwede pa against VP Sara.
That's correct. That's
Okay.
correct.
Kasi
Okay.
it is incumbent upon you to consolidate, no?
That's correct. Let us go back to the Francisco ruling, no? Hindi naman po na bago ang Francisco ruling. What completes the initiation process is the referral to the Justice Committee, no?
Okay.
Except of course, kung magbabaya 1/3 mode and they will be able to comply the requirements at matratransmit in due time to the Senate. In that case, magkakaroon din ng initiation which will bar the filing of subsequent impeachment complaints.
Oo.
No?
Importante rin yung session days, Congresswoman. Nasa rules.
Hindi calendar days saka session days.
Importante rin yun.
Baka James Deakin kayo.
Baka ma-technical. Go ahead po.
We really need to be very cautious about the number of days we are taking our deliberation, no? Kasi nga nagkaroon ng pagbabago ang definition ng session days. This one, doon naman ito natin nakita sa resolution last January 28 of 2026, no? Ang sabi ng ating Supreme Court about session days, it pertains to calendar days. So long as the House of Representatives holds session, no? So ang aming session is Monday to Wednesday per week, no? Kapag hindi kami naka-recess. So, ang bibilangin mo, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's equivalent definition. Although in the past, and since time immemorial, ang sabi ng mga senior ko, sa pool ay ang definition ng kanilang session day for purposes of legislation is not necessarily one day. Because the first day could be just a suspension, and the second day can be a continuation. The third day can be a continuation as well. So from Monday to Wednesday, it is possible that this is one session day only.
Yun na nga. Yan yung dati.
No? Yeah.
Opo.
So I discussed this with SDML Lawrence Defensor. What are we gonna do?
Ayan.
Kasi sa Justice Committee,
May pusa po sa likod niyo. Sabi siguro, magpakain na kayo. Gugutom na ho yata.
that's my daughter's pet and her name is Berry.
Berry, do not disturb your Lola.
Kala ko alaga ni Congressman Barsaga.
medyo showbiz yan si Berry eh. Kung saan may tao, doon siya pumupunta.
May extra. Go ahead po, ma'am.
Okay, so ang sabi ko kay SDML Lawrence Defensor, no, I need to be very clear about this session days even prior to the position of the Justice Committee. Why? Kasi ito yung time nung kay President pa, ha? Sabi ko, kasi we're bound to finish within 60 session days, no? So kung makakatapos itong impeachment process ni Presidente until step 5, which is the determination of probable cause, we need to be able to submit to the plenary within a period of 60 session days. Ibig sabihin ko, affected din kami nung definition ng session days, no? So, sa aming palitan ng paliwanag, I ended up saying, at least for purposes of impeachment, let me express that I am inclined to observe na the new definition of session day. Kasi ayoko din na maging accountable, na ma-question ako by way of petition to the Supreme Court because I will be going beyond the 60 session days, no? If ever. That is why we are very conscious right now in the Justice Committee.
Opo.
At saka, that's the reason also kung bakit paglapag sa amin ng impeachment complaint, gusto namin umpisahan na kaagad. Because we are conscious about the 60 session days that we need to finish in the Justice Committee.
Ang dami nating natutunan.
Opo, Congresswoman, salamat po sa inyo.
Salamat po.
Thank you po sa inyong
Sa
oras.
uulitin po.
Thank you.
Opo.
Thank you.
Magandang umaga
Good
po.
morning, Ka Tonying, Ka
Good morning
Jerry, at sa
Good
lahat
morning
po
po.
ng mga taga Batangas. Anugang almusal nyo.
Basta may kape.
Naririnig ko kayo kanina eh.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Congress